You're on a rock floating in space. Hey, what's that? That's Mr. Logan's class. Hey, what's that? That's a WHAP textbook. Hey, what's that? That's chapter 11. But you don't want to read it because the words are small and there are a lot of pages. Oh well, you can watch this video instead.
Here's our focus question. What were the changes and continuities within China from the Sui to the Song dynasty, and how did China influence neighboring East Asian kingdoms?
So the Han has fallen and China is decentralized. Hey, let's centralize China, says this way, so they do that.
Okay, now China is unified, but you know what would be great? Let's build a canal. This canal was so grand that they call it the Grand Canal. Now you can move north and south. Okay, now the Sui are spending so much money on the Grand Canal and their military that they become broke. So broke to the point where their empire broke.
Here come the Tang, led by the Lieu family, and they want to expand their empire. Here comes Li Shimin, leading the expansion. Hey, let's expand our territories. They believe in Buddhism and convince everyone that the emperor can bring the subjects into the Buddhist realm. Hey, that's pretty cool. Let's listen to that guy. So now the Tang are conquering new lands and Buddhism is traveling deeper into Asia. Oh yeah, also the Tang had some rules called
the 10 Abominations. It is a law code or legal document from the early 7th century. The speaker is not identified, but it is possible to infer that the document was influenced by both the Tang emperor and Confucian scholars. For this occasion, the king wanted to maintain his power and therefore used laws based on Confucian ideals to do so, and this document was directed towards all the subjects of the Tang dynasty. The purpose of this document is to ensure that subjects follow Confucian ideals by using laws that reflected Confucian ideals, which helped to support the legitimacy of the emperor. For example, the first abomination, plotting rebellion, describes the king as the father and mother of the masses. As his children, as his subjects, they must be loyal and filial. The emperor uses the idea of filial piety in order to better consolidate his power in order to prevent rebellions. The subject of the piece are the laws based on Confucian ideals. For example, the law seeks to protect the ideal of family being the basis of society. The documents criticize sedition, the destruction of ancestral tombs, contumacy, killing someone within your family, and incest, sexual relations within a family. These prohibited actions all threaten the 5 key relationships of Confucianism. This document has a commanding tone as it urges Tang subjects to follow laws that will protect the family unit, the basis of Chinese society.
Anywho, let's trade. Wait, where can we trade? Oh look, there's a capital named Chang'an right there. Look at all those intellectuals and merchants from other states. Wait, what's that? Oh, that's an ambassador from another state here to pay tribute. It's a tributary system. Hey look, it's a merchant. It's another merchant. They're probably diffusing technology and religion at the same time.
Buddhism.
Whoa, Wu Zhou just became empress in China. And she's a woman. And she likes Buddhism too, except she doesn't like Confucianism as much. Now it's the 9th century. Confucians are mad and they're opposing women with power. And they're opposing Buddhism too because women with power like Buddhism. Bye-bye Buddhist monasteries. Bye-bye Buddhist tradition. Hello new Confucian ideals. And then, the Fire Nation attacked. Just kidding, but internal rebellions caused the Tang to fall and military governors started their own states.
After the Tang dynasty decided to end, 3 new powers in China arose to take its place, who all believed in different religious and philosophical systems. We like Mahayana Buddhism, said the Lieu of the Khitan people in the east. No, Tibetan Buddhism is better, said the Tang Boots from the north. Guys, we all know that Confucianism is the best, said the Song, but who has the best military? We do, say the Lieu, who have the biggest army out of all of them, and horses and archers and siege weapons, and now we're gonna make the Song pay cash in silk. We're tired of this, say the Song. Hey Jurchens, wanna help us fight the Lieu? Sure, say the Jurchens, defeating the Lieu capital. Hey, say the Jurchens again, now calling themselves the Jin. Our army is pretty big and strong now, it's like the Khitans. We don't need the Song. So they turn against the Song, capture the capital, and capture the emperor. Oh shoot, say the Song, they betrayed us. So they moved south to Hangzhou, but they still need to pay tribute to the Jin. Now the Song have gone so far south that they're the southern Song. Then the Song thought, wouldn't it be cool to, stop all this war stuff and actually innovate and progress? So that's what they did. They decided to look at the sky and said, hey, isn't there a way to measure the phases of the moon? So they did, using fractions. They also made a lunar calendar based on this. While they were looking at the sky and stuff, the Song also noted the positions of the stars and mapped their coordinates. They thought, this is probably going to help us navigate the ocean and all that. And they were right. And then they improved the magnetic compass. which they just made smaller and more portable. Since they're already making all this navigational stuff, and why don't we make some junk that can actually sail? So they made a ship designed for commercial travel that could hold so much junk that they called it a junk.
Dang, we need some iron for our weapons so we can defend ourselves, said the song. So they decided to take control of some iron mines in northern China so they could build things like armor, weapons, and bridges. Oh wait, what's that? Hey, we don't like writing everything over and over again, said the song. Wait, what's this? It's a stamp, and there's a character on it. And now you can make a bunch of stamps with characters and move them around instead of writing. Okay, let's call it the movable type. It's probably from Korea. So now books can be mass produced, and the song decided all people can be eligible to work as elites, but they have to take an exam first. It's a civil service examination. Oops, you failed. Now you brought dishonor upon you, dishonor upon your family, dishonor upon your cow. What's that? The song just invented gunpowder, and now they can blow things up and shoot flaming arrows. Good luck beating that with swords.
Fight!
Hey, what's that in the north? It's Korea. No, not that Korea. Okay, now Korea exists and they like horses. Who's that? Oh no, he died. But wait, that's his kid talking to his spirit. You can make a religion out of this. Oh hey, those guys are coming to Korea. Oh hey, they're talking in Meta language. This reminds me of the Chinese and the Turks. What's happening down there? Hi, Sia, Sila, Silla. What's that? Silla? Oh, that's the Pekcha. Just kidding. What's that, Silla? That's Koguryo. Just kidding. Hey, the Silla Emperor has died. Who will take his place? I will, says the son of the Emperor. Hey, one of the court officials has died. Who will take his place? I will, says the son of the court official. It's the bone rank system. Look, that's the Tang Dynasty, says the Silla. Let's copy it. Now they have Confucianism and Buddhism. Oh no, the Tang Dynasty just fell, and we're falling too. Let's take over the kingdom, says the House of Koryo. Okay, let's name it after ourselves, but sort of different.
Whoa, what's that island? It's Japan. No, not that Japan. This Japan. What's that? It's the Yamatai Kingdom, and they want their government to be just like China so they can send embassies to adopt Confucianism and Buddhism and make reforms like the Taika. They even had an empress like China. Then, they decided that they wanted to build stuff like China, and they did it so well that their buildings are still standing, but not China's. Hey, said Buddhism. Am I the main religion now? Nope, said Shintoism, who was already there in Japan. Then, the Yamatai expand their empire, and they expand their farms, so now all of Japan can grow rice. Hey, it's the Fujiwara clan, and their job is to protect the emperor. Hey, can I do stuff now? Asked the emperor. No, said the Fujiwara, taking all the power for themselves. And now the Fujiwara are controlling Japan with their samurai. Hey, let's take power for ourselves, say the samurai, and now Japan is in a civil war. What about us? Asked the noblewomen, but they can't do anything because they're isolated from society. Hey, the Kamakura shogunate have power now, but they rule in Honshu instead of Kyoto. That's great, Japan is back together again. Actually, not really, it's still decentralized. Now Korea sounds like Korea, and Japan is sort of broken. So what's happening down there? No, down there. Looks like it's Vietnam, but it's not Vietnam yet, it's Annam, and they like Chinese culture. Hey, let's change our name, says the Vietnamese ruler, then calling it Dai Viet. Hey, what's down there? It's Champa, and they have rice. Champa rice, and it grows really fast. It's from India actually, and they give it to the southern Song, and now China can grow more rice and increase their population. Whoa, look at China's population growing during the Song dynasty. Looks like the Champa rice led to an increase in childbirth.
Social. During the Song period, the population increased. Political. The Song took over once the Tang declined. Interaction. People from all sorts of regions traded in Chang'an. Cultural. Buddhism continued to spread through Asia. Oh yeah, Confucianism too. Economic. The Song tried to use paper money, but inflation caused the economy to decline. Okay, that was then. What's happening now? Where? In Song China. Except it's not Song China anymore. It's sort of just China. Hey, looks like studying for examinations is still important, except they're studying for the National College Entrance Exam. And they have to do well in this exam if they want to do well in life. And their parents want them to do well. So they spend money on tutors and cram school. It's almost $20,000 a year on average. Hey, that's sort of like the Song elite.
What were the changes and continuities within China from the Sui to the Song dynasty, and how did China influence neighboring East Asian kingdoms? A continuity within China from the Sui and Tang dynasties to the Song dynasty was the Confucian ideal of merit-based bureaucracy. One change that occurred from the Sui and Tang dynasties was the increased focus on trade that occurred in the Song dynasty, as well as technological innovations. China influenced other East Asian kingdoms in terms of their culture, religious practices, and writing systems.